we're all trying to be empathetic to a point where we can really attack this issue, the illness, not just the symptoms. And as I also say to all of my family members, I always say, like, let me know. Sports tells me that that's not the greatest way to attack this, because there are things that we all hold to ourselves. There was this challenge I saw on the internet, and this is to me, Captain Levity, trying to bring it a little lighthearted before we go even deeper. And they said, for $100 million, would you let the world see your life movie? Now, when they said the life movie, they meant every single thing. Not what your boys know, not what your mama knows, not what your friends know, not what your wife knows. Every single thing you've done, would you let that air for $100 million? Right. I don't know the person that's like, I'll go on my hustle and my grind. Like, but the point is, I think I would, but boy, I'm moving somewhere.
I'm out of here.
I'll
be in space. I'll take
space.
100.
Can I get a?
He used to smell his fingers all the time.
Hey, can I get an advance?
Eat boogers.
I'll be like, can I get an advance on that 100 so I can buy that private island? And already be
nobody can want to be around me. You used to eat the crust in your nose, that little canal.
I'm telling you something.
You used to pee the bed.
I peed the bed to 13. I peed the bed too. Way too old. Yeah. But that was the point. Now let me bring it back here, because kids, like you said, teenagers, but even younger kids, as you know, the world is permanent in that moment, right? Yep. And what you learn as an adult is everything is episodic. You can now disconnect these things. Like, one bad play doesn't mean there has to be another bad play or a bad game. Yep. Like, I check these kids real quick. They be like, uh-oh. But uh-oh what? That's over. Yep. Like, what's already done is in the past, and what you're going to write is the future. Let's play. So here's the thing. To tell someone, come to me, that's not foolproof. Because they're not coming to you, because you ain't went to everybody with all your problems. So we got to go deeper. On this show, we going deeper. This man, to me, this is what I would say in synopsis. I would say that when he got into the first situation, and then he was having the conversations about this could work, this could not work, that's troubling, because you don't know the outcome, right? And you're thinking, and then you get to a point where you think, maybe there is some salvation. Maybe I will escape this. Maybe this won't be the death sentence I thought it would be. And then you get yourself in another altercation. And then your mind is running.
And so, the draft is a week away, too.
Yeah.
And this just happened like a couple of days. You got the timing, and the grand jury was 2 days later.
Yeah. And so, unfortunately, knowing a few people that have taken their lives, and one was my first situation was my uncle, who had been in jail before. He was street life, OG Crippin', and then all of a sudden was facing going back to jail. And he was one of those people that swore, I ain't never going back to jail again. And I was like, I'm too young to know the details. But basically, he just went around the corner from his own mother's house, and she heard that. Yeah. And so the thing is, and then you go all the way to Junior Seau, and it's like they wrap themselves up into this as this is all there is. And I think we need to attack it to a way like, the communication is great, but communication will fall short. It's 100% guaranteed your kid's gonna go through something, because I know I went through it in high school, and I ain't telling them mama and daddy, but I got to deal with it. How do we attack that?
I think, for one, it should never be that serious for you to take your life if you didn't make it successful in whatever you're doing. Life has to go on. I mean, me and my brothers, we try to entertain, be rappers, and we did showcases, performed. We didn't make it. I'm still here. But for you to take your life, it says more than what you really wanted to do in life, because that little incident shouldn't have stopped you or made you think, I'm finna do this right here. Because I know damn well I'm not finna kill myself. You going to hell for that. I mean, that's what I believe. So I just think it was more to it. It's not just that he didn't make it. It's something else, man, that bothered that kid, because it's not just him doing it. You have more than one kid doing it. You got kids all over the world doing it. I think they're just scared to not make it.
Well, everyone has a breaking point, and we all design it differently. Like, you know, there are some things you would do that someone else wouldn't and vice versa, right? And some things you would endure that somebody else wouldn't. I think the greatest antidote, one of them, is a value system that you value living more than how you're going to live, right? Like, just being alive is a blessing. Yes. It's a valuable option versus I don't want to live that way. Mm-hmm. And I think you get lost in some of your own internal conversations of what would this be like versus just be. And I'm not here to be holier than thou and tell somebody what they can do, what they will deal with, and what they don't. But I wish that we all would have that value system, because whether it's Junior and some of the issues he was going in his personal life and financial stuff, you hear people all the time. You know, during the crash, the Wall Street crash in the late 1920s, people just jumping out the window.
That was COVID. During COVID.
Yeah, just jumping out the window. Right. I can't live like this.
Yeah.
It's like,
I can't live like this.
I can't live like this versus I just can't live is kind of an issue. What do you feel, T?
I just think it's a sad situation for his family and even the family that was involved with the accident. It just sounded like that he just kind of hit panic when he thought he hit rock bottom and didn't know where to turn, didn't know where to go.
Yep.
And he just made a snap decision that unfortunately ended how it was. So it's a mental thing.
Yeah, I think where, again, I said this before on many shows, really, like where college football, college sports is, there's so much pressure on these kids.
Yep.
And again, I talked to the 150, 200 kids who are 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. The number one advice I give them is be prepared to fail in front of the world, because you're about to go fail. Yes, you've been a star in high school, but the stuff you're about to go through in college, right? You're going to have a bad game. Mm-hmm. But now when you have a bad game, they in your DM saying kill yourself, right? Your girl's breaking up with you. Your best friends ain't. It's like, that's what you're about to go through. I think this whole college football and college sports things, people are just talking about the money and the NIL, but they're forgetting about these kids are 19, 20, and 21. I know 35 and 40-year-olds with $50 million in the bank, and they don't know how to handle it when they get done with sports. You telling me a 21-year-old who's about to not go to the NFL knows how to handle it? They don't know how to handle it. They need help. Right. So until they really start helping these athletes transition out of college sports, or again, even if you make it 1 or 2 years, right, you're just going to see, unfortunately, a lot more of these type of things happening.
Right. I'm glad he said that. No one chooses football. Football chooses you. It's so crazy people still stuck in Patrick Mahomes in the offense. I'm like, do you see these numbers?
Marcellus Wiley on the rocks.